The content of this radio show is to provide information and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice or a recommendation. Thing or Two About Life Total is an adult podcast and recommended for mature audiences only. No content from the radio show can be used without the permission of Thing or Two About Life Total. Thank you.
I am so into me, but I can learn a thing or two from you. I can weather the storm all by myself, but I'm so glad I got a total crew.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Thing or Two About Life. It is the Total Podcast. I am one of your hosts. I am Mario. I am joined by the crew that I'm always joined by. We short a few people, but we good tonight. We good tonight. It's been a while. I'm missing my bro. Like Miss Dinetta said, I'm rolling by myself tonight. So y'all pray for me. I'm with all these women here. So I'm gonna try to get through tonight. So thank y'all for coming back with us. We back, so hopefully we get back into the flow. Let's get everybody introduced, and then we just gonna get right into it. How you doing, Miss Marlena?
Hey, Mario. What's up, viewers? It's good to be back in the Total House. We are glad that you are joining us this evening. If you haven't bought a friend, go back and bring somebody in. We're just getting ready to kick off our season 3 really hard. So we want everybody to join in with us and have lots of fun. And don't forget to hit us up on all of our different avenues, our social media avenues, and Mario or Andrea will let you know what those are later. But thank you for showing up. Meow.
Oh, I like how you just skirted that. Okay, cool, good. That's professionalism right there. Oh my goodness. Miss Felicia, Miss Stay in Your Damn Lane, do the damn thing. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I hope everyone share, subscribe, and I'm gonna stay in my lane.
We highly doubt that, but we will see. We will see. And to our producer extraordinaire, how are you doing, lovely Andrea?
I'm great. Good to be back. I hope everyone continues to listen to all of our shenanigans, and you can do that at a Total View 22. No, Jesus, I'm messing with you now. Look at me. I've had too long of a break. But to catch all of our shenanigans, you can do that at totalview22.com. And you can also send us your questions, your comments at totalview22 at gmail.com. You started this, Maury.
Oh man, it feels so good to be back. This feels real familiar.
Yes, it does.
Oh my goodness.
Break. Lord Jesus.
Okay, so real quick, before we get to Mama D, don't forget y'all can come to the group, join us. Lately, we've had an uptick in people joining, so we want to keep that momentum going. Come check us out on the page and in the group. Thing or Two About Life. You'll know you're there when you see the blue logo. You know you're there. Come join the chat, all of that good stuff. So don't forget, Thing or Two About Life. Come join us on all the social media platform, but definitely in the Facebook group. And last but not least, we got Mama D, guardian of the Rugrats. How you doing, Mama?
I don't know. Maybe I need a guardian tonight, but I want to welcome everybody back. Welcome to season 3. We as a group have been together. We have vacationed together. We have rejuvenated our social, sexual, and any other kind of juices that we want to rejuvenate. We've had a good respite. We've also celebrated the with one of our family members who received her master's of nursing degree. So we are ready and willing to listen to all of your problems, all of your statements. We want you all to be sure to hit us up on all of our social media avenues, and we are getting with it. We're going to be on our best behavior from now on,
No,
hopefully. And see,
Girl, bye.
they done already started already. See, I done lost control already. I can see that. They talking when grown folks talking. But
mm.
sick is sick now. Welcome back.
All
Everybody
right.
behaving. We
Yeah.
mm, mm.
Thank you for that, Mama D. Like I said, we down Janine and we down Lee Jack. They'll be back in the fold soon, but just know we thinking about y'all peeps. That's the fam right there. So just know we thinking about them. So this is where I want to go with this really quick. I want to start the show off quick, fast, and in a hurry. Get right into it and just play something that I find interesting. That even as a man, I find this ignorance just top shelf ignorance, right? And I just really want to hear what the women got to say about this. So I'm gonna play something really quick for you guys, and I just want you to tell me what you think.
Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you're trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because
It felt
I'm
good.
not the one they're gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months.
Jesus.
It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with.
This
Wait,
motherfucker
there's
here.
more.
Another thing is,
there's more.
these just jump offs. He's the type of woman that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body.
Damn.
And they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this and be like, black man this, black man that.
All right. So, as I told y'all earlier, it had nothing to do with me. This the type of ignorance that's on a whole nother level. This brother on his own right here. So, which one of y'all lovely ladies would like to address this first?
That's a stupid motherfucker. Next, did I sum that up for everybody? Okay, we move on. No,
we got to get a little deeper into it because it's a lot of guys who think along the lines of this guy right here. Now,
my God.
This is ignorant. This is ignorant to the highest degree of ignorantity. But yeah,
Well,
we got to discuss.
It's also ignorant on her level too, because if he tell you this and you still sleep with him wrong, that's your dumb ass fault.
That's exactly where I was getting ready to go with that, Felicia. Thanks. For one, he did tell all of them from the jump that I'm just still laughing about hearing this. That he ain't want no kids. He could help you get an abortion and all of that. At sometimes women, we do have to stop and think and listen to what the man is actually saying. If he comes to me and tell me, okay, I'm gonna help you get this abortion, then yes, true enough, this is my body, it's my choice. But this man just sat here and told me this. So we need to take those precautions and come on, boo. Well, since you don't want no kids and I don't want none either right now, we need to put on some protection or start taking these birth control shots or pills or whatever have you. People just need to stop having these kids out here like that with no fathers, sometimes no mothers.
Wow. Okay. All right, Marlena, let me hear your perspective on this. And
I'm
yeah,
not
let
too
me
far
just
from the
come on with it.
I'm not too far from the other ladies, but he touched on a lot of things. He was all over the place, but he
Yeah.
touched on a lot of things. But certainly, um, he has he needed to understand if you are having unprotected sex, ain't no guarantee that you are not gonna get the woman pregnant. So
Right.
where you needed to be responsible enough to protect yourself because maybe she was a trap. Maybe she was trying to trap you. You don't know. So you should have been protecting yourself, just like you say she should been protecting herself if she didn't want to get pregnant or whatever, or if she wanted you to help support the baby. Um, he was right to tell them, look, I don't want no kids, you know, uh, if you get pregnant, you on your own. I ain't supporting no kids, I ain't doing nothing for you. So what make you think I'm gonna do something for these children? She was stupid, whoever these women are.
I want to say not
Number one,
she,
for not really
they.
paying attention and listening to what he was saying, not taking care of herself, not protecting herself, being with somebody who's totally a deadbeat man, you know, in face value, knowing that he ain't gonna be nothing but a deadbeat dad if you have a baby by him. So,
Right.
so you know, both parties, all parties were very negligent. All parties were very negligent.
Okay. All right, Felicia. What's your take on this?
She's the most negligent one because she's the one who has to carry that baby and take care of that baby for the rest of that child's life. She chose to let him stick it in her raw, and she had no means of making sure that didn't happen. That's solely on her. Sorry, he told you that's not what he wanted. And in all honesty, what man wants to have children by a woman that's so easy that he can get it from her and get it from her raw just so quickly? Even after saying all of this, yeah, well, ain't no man gonna want a baby by that.
Hold
Because
on,
that's all
hold
well,
on. Time,
that.
time out. I'm gonna have a little pushback on that one right there. Sometimes, right, shit happens. That doesn't make the woman a bad woman if she just so happens to uh y'all know shit happens. Come on. We thinking in the
So we're
moment
not
right
Right.
now.
talking about in the shit happens type of situation. We're talking about that he specifically said he don't want none. He don't want no babies. And if you get pregnant, he'll pay for an abortion. He'll get the pill. He'll do what's necessary. But if she don't want to do it, then she's stuck with it. That's on her.
I'm willing to bet you money. I'm talking about God green, 100% God given money that each and every one of them women he didn't tell up front. Because us dudes, we function like that. I guarantee you he didn't tell them all. I promise you he ain't tell 100% of them all right there. I don't want no kids, right up front. I could promise you he did not.
Okay.
Because that's
You
his
know what? You're
story
right.
now.
But I can promise you out of that seven, he told at least four of them or showed the signs to at least four of them. He gave them
Okay.
the indication out of at least four of those seven. I can guarantee you that.
Okay. All
So I
right. Let's
can't
get.
guarantee I can't guarantee anything, but
Right.
No, you can't guarantee anything, but I'm just saying sometimes us men, when we're telling stories, let's say you in a relationship with a woman and things ain't going right, when we talking to the new person, we'll make the woman seem like she the most god awful person in the world because it helps fit our narrative and make us look better in that woman's eye. And then however we tell it to her, that's how she tend to believe about that new woman, and where she don't even know the whole story. And then she'll come in believing that this guy's this, and it ain't nothing like what he said it is. I'm just saying in some cases, not all the time. All right, Mama D,
Yeah.
what's your take on this?
Well, it's irresponsibility on both sides. I can also say that, even though guys may tell you, I don't want any kids and I don't have protection, you don't have protection. I agree with you, Mario. Sometimes that is the spirit. You get in the heat of passion, and sometimes that you hear it, but you don't hear it because at that moment
Mm-hmm.
you're in a position of passion, and that's the only thing you're thinking about. So I'm sure that has happened more than once. I also can say that more than likely those girls know his past. They know his reputation because if he done got 7 of them pregnant, you can believe he done had more than that to be pregnant because he says
Right.
some of them
Yep.
have had
Yep.
the people or
Yep.
whatever. No, so they know his reputation. Since you know his reputation, then that's on you if you sleep with him and y'all don't have no protection. First of all, I wouldn't care whether he had protection. If he had concrete wrapped around it, I wouldn't mess with him
Right.
because I wouldn't trust him. Period. Um, Women especially need to be more careful and more responsible about who they give their bodies to.
Yes.
Because in the end, like you said, Mario, they're not gonna look at the guy. They're gonna look at her. Look at her. She got a baby. Man, he got 7 other children. He got all these other women pregnant, and he walking around bragging about it. You see how he just said that? I'm sure that's not the first time he said it. I'm sure he said it a lot of times. So they need to just put his name on the front page of the paper and say, beware, because that's basically what he's doing for himself.
That's 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 true. But let's say for the ones that don't want to have the abortion, that did do it, the problem I got with this dude here is he said some of them try to reach out to him, and he said that if I ain't got no love for you, how am I supposed to love the kids? What your love for her got to do with the kids? And then if for the 7 kids, I feel sorry for them because they'll never have a relationship with their father. He don't want nothing to do with them. I don't, regardless of if you say you don't want them or not, right?
Right.
Once she decide to have it, and it's determined as yours, you got to do what you got to do because you just it's 50-50 blame here, right?
Unless unless that child becomes a ball player or a movie star or a rapper or a singer or actor, then that's my child. That's my child. And
Yep.
you didn't do a darn thing
Right.
to bring that child up.
So if because you by yourself saying I could have pulled out, but I didn't want to pull out, but
Yeah.
but you gotta accept
That's
some responsibility in this too.
Right.
that's
Exactly.
being selfish.
Yeah.
So but the question is, it's a lot of guys who feel like that. Just because I told you I don't want no baby mean that if you do get pregnant, I ain't got nothing to do with the baby. I don't have to take care of the baby because I told you I ain't want it. So therefore I could walk away, and it's just like a human life just don't matter.
Right.
Right.
I don't understand it, man. I just don't. And like Dinetta said, if like he said in the thing, out of all the women I slept with, it just these 7 decided to have a baby. So how many out there you raw dogging? What is
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
And
but I
and
just
even
wanted to get y'all opinion on this.
not
Go ahead.
only that, not only that, I mean, having the kids, STDs are still real. They're still real.
When you raw dogging like that, then that part he probably not gonna address, but I'm pretty sure he has ran across that. Cause if you keep
Right.
spinning that roulette wheel at some point, it's gonna come up the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So, but I told y'all it ain't had nothing to do with me. I told y'all this was ignorance on a whole nother level that didn't have nothing to do with me.
That's your disclaimer.
Yes, that
Right.
is a disclaimer. Cause this ignorant right here is just I don't know. And then he goes to say, why would I want a woman like that that'll just let me do anything to her body? I had to do the very bare minimum. I don't understand. If you feel you had to do the very bare minimum, is that because you can't get nobody else in the bare minimum and all you capable of? You knocking the bare minimum, but the bare minimum is what allowed you to do this. I don't
Right.
get it. It just don't make
Because there's a
sense to
lot
me.
of
I
that
mean,
bare minimum that's out here. That's why.
how low life are you to, in your own way, say these women are worthless?
Right.
Then what does that make you for being with them?
That's the
Well,
point I was trying to make. That's what I'm saying right there. If you saying they the bare minimum, the low of the low, then you are what?
Lower than this.
they are.
So, but a lot of men do that though, down the woman. But you, before she was the low of the low, before you got it, you were hounding her, trying to get with her, trying to tell her she the bitch. Shawty, when can I come through? You want to go out? I'll take you to do this. Oh, you want to go do this? Oh, we could do that. Want to go to the hotel? Then after you hear the, you know what I'm saying? You ain't shit. I never understood that.
Me either.
All right, we can leave that right there. I just wanted to get y'all opinion on it. We can go on to the questions portion of this particular show. Unless anybody got anything they want to get off their chest about anything else.
Move
No?
on. Move on.
All right, I got you. We are
Yes.
moving on.
Moving right along, moving right along.
Oh my God. So with that being said, just want to remind y'all really, really quick to go join the Facebook groups, go to the website, totalview22.com, a totalview22 at gmail.com is the email address. Don't forget we're on Facebook, YouTube. If you haven't, go out there to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Excuse me. But so we're gonna get into the questions. And the first question we got right here is I know we've kind of asked this question before, and just to get a review, just to see if anybody changed their mind in the last couple of months. Is there any rules in the bedroom for you, Andrea? I mean, just stark rule that just saying that under all circumstances, this rule right here must be followed.
It must be what?
Followed. Must be adhered to.
Mm.
Not no. Mm-mm.
So you say when you get to the bedroom, there ain't no damn rule. It just whatever, shawty.
I mean, why have rules? Why have rules? I mean, we're here. We came here to get some things done up under these sheets or on top of these sheets or whatever. How we gonna do it on the floor, on the side of the sink, wherever? I mean, why have rules to this? Who puts rules to sex?
That
Oh,
was a time in
I
my
know.
life where I would have agreed with you. But with some people, you gotta have rules. You got there. Because some people take it too far, Suge. Take it too
I
far.
mean, yes, some people do take it too far. Okay, this will be one of my rules. This So I don't like the choking shit. Hell no, you can't choke me. Tie me up. We ain't doing none of that shit either. But those would be the only two rules that I would have. Anything else, I might be game for.
Mm.
All
Well, all
right. I hear you, gang. Okay. What
Oh,
about you?
and another rule. I'm sorry. One more. We ain't having to bringing no damn body else in. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
sorry.
right.
Not
Two's
gonna get that
company,
hurt your
three's a
feelings.
crowd.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Marlena? What is your one rule that must be followed?
Um, my one rule that must be followed. And it's kind of on this, same line as Andrea. No. hard spanking and choking and shit.
Wow.
I'm not. I don't want nobody spanking me. I don't want nobody choking me, and you definitely ain't my daddy.
I agree with you. Hell no, I ain't calling you daddy either.
Oh, you went from no rules and now you writing a book. God damn.
Yes, I am. I had to think for a minute.
Okay. All right, Miss Donetta, what any rules that must be adhered to? The one rule must be followed.
I can give you what is not allowed.
Okay.
Okay. No choking, no spanking. Well, no, I take that back. No choking. Certain spankings. I got certain areas that you can spank. No spitting.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
ooh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Blech.
God damn.
Um,
Okay, go ahead.
you know what, boy?
Oh, I forgot about the spitting thing.
Um, oral is a must.
He ain't say what was a must. He said was not. You getting
I'm
all
with you.
juicy over
I'm
there.
with you on that. I'm with
You
you
getting
on
all
that.
juicy and stuff over there.
Oh, and did you say that was the what you allowed, right? Isn't that you said? Isn't that what you said?
I say the one thing that must be, well, that could be a must be followed rule.
Yeah, so oral is a must. That's yeah. Um, hmm. uh, no tying up, none of that. None. If I can tie you up, but you can't tie me up.
Right on, right on. Right.
Oh,
Boy,
Lord.
y'all are some
No,
lopsided people, boy.
no, no, but I know that there are some men that enjoy being tied up. I'm not one. I don't like being tied up.
I
But
wouldn't want
Uh,
either.
if that's what you like, I will be more than be happy to oblige you. If you get sexual pleasure from me tying you up, then you gonna be a tied up brother.
Yeah, I ain't doing it though either.
yeah,
Um,
that's a hard pass for me.
but the
Okay.
one thing that cannot, must not, and you might get killed if you do it is that spitting. That to me is the most abominable thing that they have ever done
That's
in
horrible.
life with it, huh?
That's horrible.
It is. I mean, it's bad enough that we already mixing bodily fluids and stuff, but the spitting, um, you might die. You might not be able to tell about it to
Oh
nobody.
God.
Okay, you can move
Wow.
on because I can think of some more, but go ahead, move on.
Okay, I will move on. I will not touch that. So, Miss Felicia, what is a rule that absolutely must be adhered to and followed when it comes to sex?
Why you gotta say so like that?
I'm sorry. So, Felicia, fuck your answer.
Well, first of all, coming into my bedroom, you gotta adhere to the fact that this is my fantasy world. So there are only certain things that you cannot do, but the rest, this is a fantasy world. So we're gonna enjoy. But you definitely will not ask me for or give me a golden shower. You're
Ooh,
gonna
yeah,
die.
that's another one. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
You're
yeah,
gonna die, guaranteed.
yeah, definitely.
No spitting and no zerberts of my pussy. I'm gonna kick you in your face.
Oh Lord.
Damn.
But I
Okay.
like a little choking. I like being tied up. I like the 50 Shades of Grey type of world. So come on with it. You just better be able to handle everything that I dish out. Oh, and the last but not least, I will not strap on for you. If you like it up the ass, you got the wrong person.
Tell it.
Okay.
That's good enough
Tell
for
it.
you.
I wasn't expecting it to go there, but
Oh, well, it's a good point.
um
I
okay,
Definitely
mean,
yeah.
a
but
good
she got a
point.
point. She got a point there.
It's
You
a
know,
good point right there.
a lot. I mean, you do have a lot of men out there that like pegging these days. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to go.
Oh man. I mean, at that point, if you were a woman and that's what you whip out, it's supposed to be something to say, you know what? I need to get help. I've sunken at a real low here. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can you imagine as a man, you ask a woman to whip out a strap on and y'all doing it on the bed and you fuck around and catch a glimpse of you in the mirror being towed up. That is your son. Say, you know what? I got to change some shit in my life. Because once you see that, you supposed to be like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Well, I have a friend who likes that. He likes that only from a woman. He's not gonna go for a man. He's not into men, but he knows where he can have his ultimate orgasm, and he prefers that a woman strap on. And well, I had to send him. That's why we are only friends. I had to send him to somebody else who was willing to do it.
Let me tell you something. If he'll take it up the ass from a woman, he'll damn sure take it up the ass from a man. I'm sorry, there is no difference.
No, I beg to differ. I
There
beg to
is a
differ.
difference. There
I
really is a
beg to
difference.
differ.
No,
There really is a difference.
no, it
No,
ain't no
because if
difference.
I do a
The
woman
only
up the Duke
difference
shoot
is
as Marlena Caller, I ain't going to do no man. I know the difference between a woman and man, at least for the most general part, I do.
I say
only
that the reason I say that
difference.
is because there are a lot of fetishes out here, and there are a lot of men that do like it like that, but only from a woman. They will not take it from a man.
Uh,
I mean, I have heard of things like that, but I mean, it's like
come on.
I'm grown enough to understand that Andrea. I can see both sides. Andrea, I mean, both things could be true. And there are some that'll take it from both, and some that won't. So she right.
Right. Some
Chances
will.
are they get horny enough, and that's their thing, and enough, that liquid courage involved, in any type of drug shit. Fuck it, they'll
Right.
do it.
Mm,
Okay, so Black, we'll give you a chance to answer that question.
Um, I would have to say the one thing I'm not into the whole BDSM thing. Everything else is kind of, could be on thing, but the whole whips, chains, ball gags, and all that. If I gotta do all that, then as I tell you all the time, it's time for me to find another hobby. If I need all that to get off,
All right.
yeah.
it's time to find something else. Cause that's that one thing that could get out of hand real quick. Somebody
Yeah,
whipping you or
yeah.
got you tied up, that could go wrong real fast if they
Yeah.
get carried away.
No restraints whatsoever because I can't protect myself when you get
Yep,
stupid.
yep. You can't
Right.
protect yourself. That's what I said. If that go wrong, but other than that, y'all saying the spin, I don't mind. Um, I mean, if she has it, like certain people said, if they ask me to give them they can't go to shower with me. But if they ask me to get them to go to shower, I'll try.
Uh,
Um,
Yeah.
other than that, now wait, I wait. Let me tell you that. No feces. Now, ain't none of that whole let me take a crap on your chest and none of that bullshit. I ain't doing that. So
you
if
wouldn't
it got
mind her
anything to do
spitting
with
on you?
feces, I'm out.
And you don't mind her spitting on you?
No.
Ugh.
You know, most men like that shit.
Yes, I was going to say
Most
especially
men
depending
like
on where
that.
you
Most men
spitting
like for
at.
their bitch to be spit on.
Yep.
Uh,
Ugh,
Mhm.
That's just, I
disgusting.
mean,
It's
I,
disgusting.
Okay.
You know what killed me about
What is
that
it?
theory y'all got right there? Y'all would take life snot to the face, but then can't nobody spit on y'all.
What?
What
I
you say?
was just going to say,
What do you mean?
I said y'all would take life snot to the face, but y'all can't nobody spit on y'all.
Ain't nobody taking no snot to the face.
No, I don't
Right.
think.
Oh,
You know what I mean when I say life snot.
Yeah,
that
but
shit.
no. No.
So, what? Let me ask this: what is it about being spit on, Mario?
It's not nothing about being spit on. Being spit on is like, you know what I'm saying, the epitome of being super nasty. You know what I'm saying? You know, when somebody just, you know what I mean? That thing pure, unbridled, just deep down jungle Congo nasty, you know?
Guttural shit.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Just
And
old gutter back
the
alley,
way you
trashy
got,
shit.
And you like that?
Yeah.
No.
Marlena, did you hear how you said it? Yeah. Oh, it's something there.
Oh God.
I'm just saying, y'all, man, let's move on. Y'all know that, you know what I'm saying, that some of the nicest people in the world in their normal everyday life be just as mild-mannered and timid. But when it comes to that bedroom, you be like, damn, I ain't never know you were like that.
Okay.
I bet you if you tried it with the pop rocks, you wouldn't want her to spit on you no more.
Yeah, but the pot ross is temporary. They don't last that long.
And you know this how?
We
I
talking about
mean, most
Alicia.
men have had some woman with the ice, the pop ross, the ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You know, try all type of stuff.
Oh wow.
Why you ask Felicia that? You know she a freak.
Well, guess what? The biggest thing to that is she ain't disputed at all.
Well, she always tell us.
Oh man.
Oh,
I haven't
What?
denied it. I'm not gonna deny who I am.
oh, you talking about Felicia? Okay, I was gonna say I know you ain't talking about me.
What?
All right, let's move on, y'all. This is a real good question for.
After
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
She
nothing.
ain't said nothing. Just go ahead with the question.
When a woman gets a divorce, should she go back to her maiden name?
I think that's an individual choice. Um, nowadays you have to pay to get back to your maiden name. If you want to do that, that's fine. But uh, if you were somebody like myself who had been married for a good while, uh, you probably have property or uh, credit cards or whatever in that married name. I don't see any reason why you would have to change your name unless that you just don't want to have anything to do with that name at all, and you want to go back to your maiden name. I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay. What about you, Suge?
I'm Miss Netta on those lines. I am divorced. Did I go back to my maiden name? No. Why? Because I had everything changed over into my current last name, and to get all of that done, it takes a minute. It does cost to have that done now, and it's just a hassle, a big hassle. So no, but there are some people out there that they men that feel that their ex-wife should go back to their maiden names. They feel that okay, you're not a part of me anymore, so why carry my name?
That's the point I was gonna bring up. You stole my thunder a little bit because I was gonna say that some men be like, okay, we done. Can you please not use my name, which is, his name? We're no longer tied together anymore. Can you please
It's
get your
her
name
name.
put back?
I disagree. That's totally her name too. Because when I got married, I wanted to keep my maiden name. My husband was flipping over. I did. You got to
Yep.
use my name. So I said, okay, then I'll do that. And I made my name hyphenated. But it was not
Yeah.
my to take his name.
Yeah,
You
and
can
I,
my
I
marriage.
went through the same thing. I went through the same thing too. My name is hyphenated. because I didn't want to change my last name.
I didn't want to change my last name.
Okay. All right, I got you. What about you, Marlena? How you feel about that situation?
I didn't change I didn't change my name when I got married. I stayed who I am with my maiden name. So I don't know.
What was your reasoning behind that?
That's who I am. I am who I am. That's the name I was born with. That's who my father's name was John Brown. My mother's name was Ruth Wallace Browning. I grew up with the Browning name. When when people ask, I mean, somebody, who did they marry? You know, if somebody was to ask my husband, who did you marry? I married Marlena Brown. That's who he married. He married Marlena Browning. He didn't marry Marlena Hardy. He married Marlena Browning. Who did I marry? I married Tim Hardy.
That's a very interesting take on that.
I didn't feel as if that we weren't one as partners, as and as a married couple. But I just didn't have his name. He didn't have mine.
Okay. I mean I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say it like that, but I'm pretty sure maybe I have somewhere. But wow, that's interesting that you are who you are before you came into the marriage, and you pretty much kept your own separate identity. Okay. Okay. All right. So y'all going to the next question. I'm gonna start with you, Andrea. Are women being masculine becoming the norm?
I would say yes. I would say yes for that because you got to realize we have more women that are on our own these days, and we're having to step into some shoes that women before us didn't have to step into. So yes.
So what's your definition of being masculine?
Having to in this sense, on this platform that we're on, having to just step into a man's role. Period.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got you. I really don't understand. We come up with all, I mean, well, not we. They come up with all type of new names for everything. I'm surprised. Maybe there is a name for it. I just don't know why they haven't called this movement a name yet. If they have, I haven't heard of it. What about you, Felicia? This is a question that it's quite prevalent out there. A lot of women feel that they're doing their job and the man's job too. So is a woman being masculine becoming the norm?
Unfortunately, I would have to say yes. It is becoming the norm because the men have switched roles. The men have become little tender dicks and little bitches.
Is that really how you feel, ma'am?
That's really how I feel. Because how can a man ask this stupid question as to a woman as when it comes to a relationship? So what do you bring to the table? Excuse me. What you mean what I bring to the table? So if I gotta work and I gotta do this and I gotta do that, you wanna ask me what do I bring to the table? You less of a man than what I thought you were before you opened your mouth. I could go on, but I'm not. I told you I'm gonna stay in my lane.
I highly disagree with that statement, but come on, we gonna keep this thing moving. Marlena, do you think that that's the norm?
Um, I think that women maybe have to pick up where men are lacking. Um, it's just a chore or thing that women perhaps have to do. Does it make her masculine? No, I don't believe that it makes her masculine if she's a feminine woman. Uh, I think when I think of it when you say women stepping into masculine roles, I think as it being dykish. When you say something like that, I don't think it means that women are doing tasks or chores that men do or that most people see as a man's job to do or thing to do. Because I think a lot of women do a lot of things that men do, but they are still feminine women. So, that's just my take on that.
Okay. Let me ask you women a question. And I know in life, and especially in our country, it's riddled with double standards. But how come when a woman does things that's considered basic, taking care of herself and living and doing what a man doing, that y'all are heroes, y'all are doing so much, but what a man does, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't understand it. What's wrong with you if you have nobody in your life at the time? What's wrong with you taking care of yourself? Why do you need a man to do certain things? Isn't your natural God given right to survive and take care of yourself?
Yes, it is for us to take care of ourselves. No, we don't need no, we don't absolutely need a man to do certain things. It's always been stated that man and woman should always be together, right? Woman should not have to step into the role of a man in anything. It's not that, and then in today's world, it's not that we need to do those things, but you have, since you're not in the house, you're not in the home, you're not anywhere, those are things that we have to take up and do ourselves.
Yes, things that you should do. And sometimes when you're by yourself or when a woman doesn't have a man, it's not always a man's fault, but people see it as if when a woman's by herself, that it's like she doing something heroic just to live. When we do it, it's just do what we supposed to do. Sometimes I have, and I get it. I ain't saying I don't understand. You know what I mean? I get, like I said, life is riddled full of double standards, and some in our favor and some in is not. So I can't complain because Lord knows we got a bunch on our side. But I just find it weird or ironic even that when y'all are going through things, y'all get a little bit more extra credit for surviving and doing normal, regular stuff to survive. And then if we were going through the same thing and say we don't got a woman, nobody never says he ain't got no woman. He brave and doing it by himself. Nobody ever say that about men.
I get it, Mario. I do get it because I've heard people say, well, she did a good job. She raised those 3 kids by herself and she put them all through school and they grew up to be fine young men and ladies and this and that stuff. But, and on the same token, I've heard people say that, well, he raised these 3 kids by himself. Well, that's what women have done all along in life. That's what women do all the time. Ain't nothing new, ain't nothing special. He's doing it. So I get it. I get it. I think it's just as commendable of a man
Right.
to do that on his own as it is to a woman doing it on her own.
Everything I just said, I took the long way around, but you summed up exactly what I was trying to say. I'm not diminishing what the women do. I'm just saying that we all should get credit for doing things that, are things that we supposed to do. But like you said,
Yeah.
that your example was much better. That's the point I was trying to make. That sometimes, and I get it, right? That a lot of times the world has made it where us men is supposed to take the lead. And if we've conditioned the world or our women in general to be that way, why aren't a lot of men doing that? And I heard somebody say just the other day, if you keep telling somebody that y'all could do it alone and y'all don't need us, at some point people gonna start to believe that y'all could do it alone and y'all don't need us.
Well,
If you keep saying
I
Yes.
always say this, Mario, um, and it's probably because I have been single uh, for most of my life that I I don't think a relationship with a man and a woman should be determined by by need. I think it should be determined by desire for companionship because most men can do things on their own. Most women can do things on their own. That's already been proven.
yep.
So, um, do I need a man? No, I don't need a man. Do I desire to have a man in my life? Yes, I do. And there are and desiring to have a man in my life. If a man comes into my life, there are certain perks that come with that. As is with a woman, there are certain perks that come with a man having a woman in his life. There's certain perks of a man of a woman having a man come into her life. If he is uh a chivalrous man and a woman as a submissive woman, a type of woman that she should be. There are certain perks that comes with those things when you choose a mate or a companion. But
Okay.
needing is not a thing I think that you should go into looking for a man or woman or a relationship.
Yeah. Okay, Mama D, what's your take on this whole thing about the masculinity and is it becoming the norm?
Unfortunately, I do believe that it is becoming the norm. Um, and only because the generation that we're in now are into labeling. They like to put labels on stuff. They like to put letters on stuff. And there is a term for it. I was sitting here thinking what that term is for the masculine and female, and it escapes me. But when I think of it, I will share it with you. Um,
Okay.
I agree with Marlena when she says that um, being in a relationship it doesn't necessarily mean you're in need of a person of the opposite or same sex or whatever your preference is. I think it's an enhancement to your life. There is something that is lacking that you want, whether it be companionship, whether it be uh, being with somebody compatible, just to have a companion or a lover or whatever. Um, I also think that men and women's roles have changed. There are more men now that are house husbands than before. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because it does work for some people and work very well. Um, I know I have some friends, I have a couple of friends whose husbands are stay-at-home dads, and they are heck of dads. I mean, they are on it. They raise those kids like a mama would raise them. Um, dinner's fixed, house clean. But when it's time for him to be the man of the house, he's the man of the house. When it's time for her to be submissive, and one thing I can say about my two friends, they are submissive wives, even though they're the ones that's bringing home the bacon. They don't ever. I'll put it this way: in talking to them, and I've known them since like kindergarten, they have never said to me or any of the conversations that we've had, man, I wish that man would get a job. They stopped their husbands from working because it worked best for them because of the child care type thing. Child care is expensive.
It is.
And with the money that they were making, they could truly afford for him to sit home, have a very nice home, have a nice life, things go fine. Make sure at least one parent can go to the school activities that the kids in because they're into everything. So at least somebody is there and some of their colleagues have bashed them and said, you're emasculating your husbands and all this kind of stuff. But you don't really know what goes on behind closed doors until you live behind those closed doors. But I do think the roles of men and women in relationships have changed. I'm not saying it's for the good or for the bad, but they have changed. And basically because they label everything around here. Um, do I think women are becoming more masculine? I wouldn't actually say that they are more masculine. I would say they're doing more things that my mother did when she was bringing up children. There are a lot of things that these women are doing now that my mom didn't do, but it has somebody got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just think that we're just saying that they're becoming masculine, but because where I grew up at, it was mostly mother taking care kids. Wasn't no daddies around. Women have always been doing this to me.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing women getting out there, hustling, getting up, getting out, and getting something my whole life. So
Right.
this ain't nothing new to me, but I guess the light is shining on it that they realize that for and I can't speak on white men or Hispanic men or Asian men because I ain't been around. I'm just talking about for our community. It's been an epidemic of us not being around for our kids since I've been, like I said, everybody I grew up with, y'all hear me talking about Will, Dave, and all my friends, Danny, none of us had all that. It was mamas. Our whole section where we live, they used to call it, you know what I'm saying, Fisher Road, but we used to call it Woman Road. It wasn't nothing but women and no men there. Like I said, you had uncles. There always
Right.
gonna be uncles everywhere. But
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 when you
women
say,
been
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say when you say that, think about the people who making these labels. It's not Black America.
Yeah.
This is something new for white America and for those non-melanated people. They're not accustomed to having households that only have one parent. I'm not saying there weren't any, but I'm telling you that the majority of them had two parent families. Because I can remember when the first year that I went to a segregated school, I was in the 11th grade, and they were quite surprised of the number of children that lived in my neighborhood who had two-parent families.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
So it's
Mario,
our community that's really labeling this. It's the non-melanated people that are labeling all of this masculine women.
Go ahead, Marlena.
so with you saying that um, the way that you grew up, there were nothing but women. Did you ever feel like that, even with you seeing women doing things that men would typically do or take care of, did you ever see or view those women as masculine?
No, and that's what I'm saying. That I never saw it as masculine. They were just women doing things that had to be done because there was nobody else to do the thing. Now we're saying that it's a masculine thing because men ain't around to do it. But not every woman feels like she the victim. Not every woman feels like, oh, I wish I had a man to do this. Some women do it because it has to be done, and not every man run out here saying that they need a man and all of this stuff. And once again, I'm saying all this because I'm just saying what the new rhetoric is. But I understand that at the end of the day, if you're a normal woman, it is normal to want a man or want a companion or something like that. And let me not come off as sounding like I don't get it. I get it, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of men who talk crap, but they really want women too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just think that what has happened is a lot of men have gotten to the point where, I ain't saying pay for the woman, but we've gotten away from doing basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about extravagant stuff, but it's okay to just say, okay, when I first meet a woman, when did it start? On the very first date, y'all going Dutch and all that. And I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with that, but traditionally, if you're gonna get off to a good start with a woman, it's always the right proper thing if I ask you out to pay for the date.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we just the basic stuff. Let's go back to the basic stuff. And like I say, and this is the thing. A lot of men, I ain't dating because I don't waste money. It's never no guarantee when you take a woman out on a date that is gonna go here or there. That's just part of goes with that goes with the territory. Just
Right.
because you take her out on a date don't mean you supposed to screw her. Don't mean y'all supposed to fall madly in love. But we be thinking if I take her out, I gotta get something from it. I know I joke with that, but I understand in real life that's not the way that shit works. But we
But
want it to work that way, so therefore we don't do the little things because we feel if we can't get nothing from it, fuck doing it.
right.
So yeah, that's my rant for the day.
Okay.
That's my rant for the day. I'm sorry, y'all, but I get where y'all coming from. I just don't think that more women are becoming more masculine. I just think that now a lot of y'all are just verbalizing it more, and we have to a degree taken a step back as far as being traditional men. You know what I mean? Because now you got a lot of men who think they be more prettier than y'all, beautiful than y'all. I've seen some in the Facebook video where a man said, I look better than her ass anyway.
Oh yeah.
And you had the nerve to ask me, is that how?
Yes.
And so when we started to have to compete with the women, something wrong.
So you shouldn't have asked me how I really feel, because that's how I really feel.
Well, I mean, we ain't never started trying not to let you say how you really feel. We ain't gonna start none of it. That's how you feel, baby girl. That's how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a no
Um,
judgment zone.
yeah. So, this is a question that since we moving on from this particular thing. Um, okay. Can can you honestly say that you have loved someone in your life, Miss Dionetta, that they never fit what in your mind what you said, I'm looking for this, and this. Have you ever loved someone that didn't measure none of the stuff you always say you wanted, but you ended up falling for them?
Amen. Amen. Do I have to answer that question? You already know the answer.
That's the question, Dianetta.
Yes, that's the question. Answer it, please. You just said out your mouth, this is a judgment-free zone.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, I have.
How
And
did it end up?
I blocked him.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. That
Oh,
happens. That happens sometimes.
you know the backstory. That's why you laughing.
Yes, I do. That's
But
why I'm laughing.
to be perfectly honest for the audience, because they don't know the backstory, and I'm not going to go through all of it. But this gentleman, I
Gentlemen.
thought he was something that he was not. He perpetrated a fraud, It didn't last long. And I think I've mentioned on the show before about collecting red flags. Ladies, let me say something. I'm gonna do a PSA right now. If there is at any time in this relationship that you have with a male, female, or whatever, and you feel like there are some red flags, don't collect them. Take them to heed. Stop. Uh, re-examine the relationship and yourself. And if it means you need to get out, get out. Because I would not have gone through the hurt that I have gone through. And my family here can tell you that they have been my rock. And I want to say it out loud in public in front of everybody. Thank you. I love you for all that you have done for me and with me and through all the other stuff that I have gone through with this man. Um, don't collect flags. We ain't into the building a man or building a woman career. Even if you're a construction worker, you can't do it.
That is Diana's public service announcement to everybody out there. Hey, look, don't if you into collecting, let's not let red flags be the things you collect. So thank you for that, Miss Diana. What about you? What about you, Marlena?
Repeat the question, please.
Have you ever fell for somebody who didn't match up with none of the things on your matching list? He got to be tall, he got to be handsome, he got to be this, but you fell for somebody who wasn't none of that.
No. I've never fallen.
They ain't never fell for no ragamuffin. Okay.
It wasn't any of something that I wanted. Have I ever dated or been with somebody like that? Yes, I have, but I didn't fall in love with them.
Okay. All right.
But I've hung out with I hung out with a person that wasn't, I'm just gonna say that wasn't physically what I would have chosen.
Oh, okay.
But he worked, he worked, he was a decent cat as far as working and having a job, and and when he take you out, he treat you like a lady and all of that kind of stuff. But he wasn't nothing he wasn't nobody that I would have fell in love with.
Couldn't take his hub, but I damn sure take that damn dinner he got me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fifi, what about you? You ever fell for somebody that just wasn't what you normally would fall for?
Okay. So unfortunately for me, I'm like a man. I fall for the physicality of a man. So I have fallen for everyone that has the physicality that I needed. It just turned out that they had some red flags past the physicalities, and I had to let them go. But no, I go for the physical. I gotta like what I see. I gotta get turned on by what I see. And if I can't, there ain't nothing happening.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your personal preference. So when shit go wrong, you can say, well, I'm here because I chose the physical. So I mean, stuff like that happen,
I have been honest and said, I just wanted you for your body. I'm so sorry. The rest of you I didn't give two damns about. I just wanted you for your body, and they was like, "Well, damn, for real, you just used me for that." Yes, I was. Couldn't you tell? I was all into this. Oh, I was all into that. But when you said something to me, I wasn't listening. I didn't give a damn. So I'm sorry. That's just how it was. Should have paid attention.
Wow, that sounds really
Manly.
yeah. I mean, I can't tell who was the dude in the story now. Because
Oh
what
God.
you the dude or he the dude? I don't know. That sounds like some
That's
men's.
just that's a perfect example of how women are becoming a little bit too masculine.
Or is that a example of you being you?
I'm not giving out that secret.
Okay, okay. All right, Suge. Come on with it. Have you fell for a ragamuffin?
How about did what? A ragamuffin.
Yeah,
Huh.
you know that person that don't have nothing on your list, but you say, you know what? I mean, that little horn on the head kind of cute as fuck. I try.
I mean, yes, I have. I mean, and in the end, like Miss Donetta said, those red flags, we just ignore them. And we can't, we got to stop, ladies and men. But yeah, no, I'm not giving
But
you a backstory if that's what you want to
yes, I
know.
want to say you're gonna give me a little bit more than that. Just a
I,
little bit more. What happened? What was the situation?
uh, when you get with one of those know-it-all people,
Mm-hmm.
and that just that just didn't work out for me. And he was, oh my God. To one night, he was in his I know it all phase, and I forgot I might have said something, and then some might have came along with
You what?
it. Okay, so he he was okay. I'm gonna say this again. He was a know it all person. You couldn't tell him when he was wrong. None of that. And so one night we were having a conversation which turned into an argument, and he just went into that know it all phase, and I kind of got upset and kind of blacked out, and I kind of might have slapped him.
Oh my
And after
goodness.
that,
You hit
and when I did that, I knew right then and there, nah, this is something I really don't care to deal with. And he was
Damn.
younger than me, so he was younger than me.
Mm.
Wow. Okay. All right. You had to, put them hands on them. Okay, I got you.
him.
I mean, because at some point when you asking a person, okay, let's just end this conversation right here. Let's just end it. But they just keep on, keep on, keep on, all up in your face. Just like, dude, back up. And then Sugar, she just came out of nowhere. Sorry. If you out there and you listen, I'm sorry.
Normally, I
But
would just move
but you
on, but
learned
I'm
your
interested.
lessons.
Once you slapped him, what did he do?
Mm.
It was me, him, and my kids in the house. What the hell you thought he was gonna do?
Leave.
Because
Wow.
he wasn't crazy to put his damn hands on me.
But why were you crazy enough to put your hands on him?
And it wasn't about because my kids was there. It was just, okay, I'm asking you to stop. Go ahead, let's end this conversation. And you said you want to be up in my face. Are you too close? Trying to prove your point that actually was pointless. And
Okay.
and I
And then you
just you know
put
kind
them
of
paws on
but
him.
no, I kind of backhanded them. Yeah.
You didn't just regular slap him. You backhanded
Bitch
him.
slap.
Yeah, because
Bitch
I was
slap.
sitting on the
You,
couch.
you, you.
I was sitting on the couch. He was sitting next to me, and I said whatever, and that was it.
She bitch slapped him. That's what she
That's what I
did.
was about to say. A backhand is called a bitch slap.
She bitch slapped him.
I didn't
She
say
knocked
that.
out all his
What
manhood.
I said was I backhand him.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
that's a backhand. That was a bitch slap, in anybody's terms.
Yes.
You can't, you can't
So
change
whatever
the
manhood
man
he had, whatever little bit of manhood he had, she bitch slapped the rest of it out of his ass. He didn't do nothing. He got
I am not saying I am not using those terms. Those
You
are
don't have
terms
to.
that you
We use
guys
them
choose
wait,
to
wait, wait,
use.
wait. She's identifying it as a back, but even though she's identifying it as a backhand, we all know she bitch slapped that man.
That is a term that you choose to use, not
Well,
me.
you're the only one who used that backhand term. We all said it was a bitch slap.
See,
Because if I
Ladies
got
and gentlemen,
arrested or incarcerated, we ain't picking the thing. It's all the same thing. I'm locked up. I don't want to be in one of those.
and so if he was to be able to defend himself and say anything, hell yeah, she bitch slapped me. I ain't know what the
that's a term that you use, young lady.
I'm telling you, Felicia, he ain't gonna say that. When he told that story, man, she had the nerve to try to, hit me, or if she did, she just lightly grazed me. Ain't hurt that much. It just was a little, a little touch.
Little touch, huh? No, I don't little touch anything.
see.
But
And if that person knew her, just like they know him, he could tell that story, and they gonna turn around and say, I don't care how you put it, she bitch slapped you. No, she bitch slapped you, and you can't put it no other way. You got bitch slapped. That's why you ain't get to do shit. That's why you walked your ass on about that house. Because once she bitch slapped you, ain't no telling what the hell else was gonna happen to your ass.
Ooh.
I'm a salvage answer. That is not what she said. She said she backhanded him.
I said I identify as a backhand.
But Marlena is the one that kind of different from everybody, because I know I've had that person that you be saying, Lord Jesus, this person don't add up to nothing I'm into.
Right.
But for some reason, I just can't, I don't know, she do it for me. Marlena ain't had that. Marlena just had we went out, but I ain't fall in love with his ass. The way he be dragging that foot,
That's not the way it went.
but
That's not how it
one
went.
low Mario.
Huh?
He had one high shoe and one low shoe.
That's so
he had one shoe was a platform, one was a wedge.
that's wrong.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. I'm
The
joking.
visual of that is just all screwed up. Like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
But we all have had that person, because I've had the person where everybody tell you, dude, I don't get it. Everybody say, I don't get it, man. What you seeing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just like her, and so but it ended up over time. If that ain't really what floats your boat over time, it's just gonna fall apart, because like Janine said, I think one time, when you ain't really into them, it make it real easy for you to lead their ass.
Oh, dude.
It does.
That is so
So it once it start being a burden, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right, last question before we get up out of here, y'all. Wow. All right, how long can you? No, we asked that one, but I'll just ask a real quick question. How long can you be faithful to a person if you was in prison? I know we asked this already. We're just on the speed round here. All right, go, Miss Dinah. How long can you be faithful if your husband was in prison?
I was faithful the whole time.
Okay, so that was 2 years.
2 years one time and 2 years the next time.
So that was 4 years. Okay, she could do 4 years. All right, Fifi, how long can you be faithful to a person if your boyfriend or husband was in prison?
I could be faithful about 3 years.
How long?
About 3 years.
Okay. All right. So right now, Felicia is bringing up the rear that Miss Dinella is in the lead. We're heading around the bend and we're going to Marlena. Marlena, how long can you be faithful to a person if they was in prison?
Depends on what they went to prison for.
Okay. Let's just say they went to prison for collecting too many butterflies. How could you do it?
Collected too many butterflies. What kind of?
I'm just saying, truth be told, they must have went to prison for something bad. So I'm trying to give you something good. They just were catching butterflies in a state that was illegal to catch butterflies in. So they really not vicious. So how long could you do it?
Mario.
I mean, chances are he went to jail for something bad, Marlena.
Okay, if he went to jail for something bad, if he went to jail for something that was really bad, and it wasn't like, he was trying to save my life or something, I ain't waiting on his ass.
Oh, wow.
And falling all the way to the rear, it is Marlena. Still in the lead, it's Miss Dinetta. And in second place is Felicia. Now we heading around to Miss Andrea. Andrea, how long could you do it if your person was in prison?
I'd say maybe a year, maybe. It depends on what he's in there for. A year.
How long did you say?
I'll say a year.
And not even close to winner by a mile is Mama D. And Brink coming in second place, it is Fifi the Madam. And not even finishing at all, it is the Cat Lady. And coming in third place, it is the producer, Andrea.
Well, damn, when did we become a bunch of horses in a race? Just make sure I'm Clydesdale while you're at it.
Marlena didn't even place. I ain't even did when I said, and they're off, Marlena just stayed in the gate.
I ain't no criminal. I ain't waiting on no criminal.
That Skilly didn't even try to move.
I'm not waiting on no criminal.
Okay. All right. This is the official last question for the night, y'all. Andrea, for you. Now that you're older and you got a little life up under your belt, is it okay to date two people at the same time?
I want to pass on that question.
Oh, Lord. You can't pass. Sorry.
Is it okay to date two people at the same time? Yes. But you can't sleep with them.
But I mean, I'll give you that dating and sleeping with them is two different things.
You can date two people at the same time, but just don't have sex with them.
Oh, okay.
Just don't have sex with them.
Neither one of them?
Neither one. It's going to be hard for a sister or a brother.
Okay.
Put the clink on.
So, okay, let me ask you this question, and then I guess when we get to y'all can answer that. Too. How do you start to separate them? I mean, if you're dating two people at the same time, what formula are you using to say, just like I did with the horse race, who's determining who's moving to the front, and at what point are you cutting the second person off? Is there a formula for this?
You know what you're out there looking for. You know whether you're out there just looking for a fuck or you know that you're out there looking for something serious. So you're going to gravitate more towards to the person that has something in common with what you're actually looking for. That's how you go about eliminating. And then if that conversation ain't about shit, then move on to the other.
Okay. All right, Felicia, is it okay to date two people at the same time?
It's okay to date two people at the same time because that's what dating is all about. but at my age, I ain't got the energy to date this person and that person. I'm gonna date one person at a time because I don't feel like remembering a conversation. I don't feel like trying to remember extra names. I ain't trying to remember all that extra nothing. So that way, while I'm dating this one person, I can remember everything that they said to me and every place we done went, and I don't have to mix nothing up.
And that's a good point though. That's a very valid point right there. What about you, Mama D? Can you date two people at the same time?
I would prefer not because I'm in the same position. I can't remember. My memory's not that great. So it's all I can do to concentrate on one person at a time.
Okay. I bet y'all actually remember what you want to remember. Marlena. So what about you? Is it okay to date two people at the same time?
And you're saying given the age at this age, being older, I think it's okay to date two or more. If you choose to, or if you up for it.
All
It
right now.
depends. Yeah. Um,
Thank God I'm not the only one that said that.
um, you know, I think this is a great time. If it wasn't for a couple of things like COVID and the most recent deadly STDs or whatever, I'd be having the time of my life right now. I ain't got no more period. I have no more babies.
No, all right. It sounds like one big old freaking palooza. Okay.
you know, if I was, you know, I think your late 40s into your 60s is a wonderful time to, if you're single, to date more than one person, more than two or three, maybe four people if you're up to it. But if you're looking to, if you're just out, if you're not looking to be mated with anyone, that's what I'm saying. If you're just out, just for dating, just for having fun or whatever, I think it's okay to date two to four people. If you're looking for a significant other, then I wouldn't try to date a whole lot of people at one time. I would try to get to know maybe one or two people and eliminate who's not the better fit for me, you know. But I would also be totally honest with those men, about my dating habits.
And that's where I was gonna go with that. I was gonna say that in today's world, yes, I think that if you want to be traditional, it all is subjected to preference, right? If you want to be traditional, be traditional. You know what I mean? But in today's world, with everybody saying with the swipe left, the swipe right, with the dating apps and stuff, if you subject yourself to one person, it's almost like you dating too slow. If you know what I'm saying, because you're missing out on everything that could be going on. And if you just be honest and say, hey, look, I'm dating this person, they ask you, you ain't got to go into details, but you say, yes, I'm actively dating. And you don't got to tell them how many, but just be honest. Yes, I'm actively dating. And that entails whatever you think it entails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you be honest with a person, that's all they can ask for. And then I just say be honest when it's time to make that split. If you dating three people or two people, and one is starting to pull ahead of the other, just let them people know. I don't know what that conversation is like or how you do it, but let them know.
Yeah.
And then that way you ain't got to waste their time.
But see, that's part of the problem these days. So people don't want to let people know, yes, I'm dating someone else as well. I mean, people just don't want to let other people know that, because I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on over here. But anyway, I agree with you guys. It is important to let somebody know because of the simple fact that if a person start getting putting their feelings into you, that's heartbreaking to them. That is heartbreaking to them to find out, oh, okay, well, I don't want to be with you because XYZ, but now this person got their feelings all wrapped up into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a hard thing to try to balance because you want to date long enough till you get to know a person, but you also don't want to date long enough to, even though to you it's in the get to know phase, but to them it's in the let's move forward phase. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's a thin line trying to figure out all of this, and then you got to pray that the person you letting down ain't no nut. You know what I'm saying? And
Right?
then
Right.
some people can't take rejection, right?
Right.
So it's it's difficult, man. Dating is just not what it used to be, and sometimes I admire, you and Miss Dianetta, because y'all have seen how dating has transformed 2 or 3 times in y'all lifetime to what it is now. Y'all can remember back, and not trying to say y'all, I'm just saying from the experience and how things have changed. Y'all can remember when men was literally totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now y'all got to be saying, damn, if y'all were to tell somebody, man ain't been like that. Like if you were to go tell somebody 23 how men used to be, they'll look at you like you lying. You know what I
I
mean?
know, right?
So it's amazing, So all right, we're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna wrap it up. Right there. Miss, stay in your lane. You did a good job of staying in your lane. You came out of it a little bit toward the end, but you
You
did
did
a good
good.
job. Talk to the people.
All right. Well, yes, I did a very good job at staying in my lane. And I want to thank all those who have joined our group, um, who are looking for inspired adventures, and you found the group like I asked. Because I do promote the page, but I promote the page under the name Inspired Adventures. So if you were looking for inspired adventures, you found the right place. Other than that, like, share, subscribe, and I'm going back to my lane.
I'm sorry. You said you promote the page under the name BWO?
No, Inspired Adventures.
Oh, I thought you said BWO. Okay. Um.
Just
So.
just special. Just special.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh man, I
Inspired
did
Adventures
you.
with the rainbow feet, with the rainbow teddy bear feet.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
All right, Miss Cat Lady. Talk to the people, pretty woman.
Well, cat mamas and cat daddies, we got one under the wrap for our third season of Total. We hope that you enjoyed it this evening, and we certainly do hope that you come back. We love that that you're joining us, and we hope that you bring some friends with you the next time. Um, have a good evening. Meow.
Oh, I was about to say you ain't gonna do the meow. All right, thank you for that, Cat Lady. Another pretty woman. I am surrounded by all this loveliness tonight. Our producer, Miss Andrea, talk to him.
Well, I certainly do hope that you guys enjoyed the show on this evening. As you know, we're always out there, everywhere. YouTube, Facebook. Come join us group and check us out.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for that. And we're finna get our final grade tonight. We're trying to see that what the Rugrats okay tonight, Mama D, or what?
The Rugrats were fine, so now we know who the troublemakers are because they're not here.
Woo!
We are glad that you joined us. The road rats were in rare form because we were ready to go. We've been waiting for this for a while, so we got this one under our belt. So now we back in shape. We back in fighting shape. And thank you for joining us. Bring a friend next time. Share, like, yell it to the world. Get your duck whistle and put your duck call out. And all of that other stuff. All right. There you go. There you
Boy, y'all supposed to be having them damn sucker ducks on deck, don't you?
I just want everybody to know when we went to New Orleans to the Mardi Gras, we were blowing the sucker duck whistles there. They was coming left and right. One gentleman tried to keep me in New Orleans. I was like, I got to go back with my friends. I'm sorry, I can't stay here with you. Look forward to have you in our home again next week.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I'm finna run up out here. As y'all say, that white lady about to start talking. So, good night, everybody. We appreciate it.
Good night.
Gather to the group. I don't.